gang, Larry Vickers here, Vickers Tactical Incorporated. I'm here on behalf of CCW Safe and Firearms Trainers Association, FTA, and I'm going to take you through my personal carbine. Now this is not only my personal defense carbine, but this is the carbine I use for teaching in my carbine classes. It's a BCM carbine. Paul Buffoni, the owner of BCM, is a personal friend of mine, so I'm obviously biased. I've been a brand ambassador with them for a number of years. I have no plans in changing, and I think they make the best ARs on the market today. Make no mistake, there's a lot of good ARs out there, but I put BCM at the top of the list. Starting at the rear, BCM Gunfighter collapsible buttstock with a little bit of a cheek piece to it, which I like for a little bit more consistent cheek weld. Good piece of kit. Moving forward, it has an ambidextrous charging handle. This particular one's a prototype that I'm checking out. Normally I don't run an ambi charging handle. This one so far has been working good, and it's another BCM or Bravo Company USA product. Iron sights, scalar work. Iron sights are Scalar Works iron sights, which I helped to develop, both rear and front. Very lightweight, very sturdy, very well designed. Aim point. Comp M5. I've been running this for a while. Normally I use a micro T1 or T2 or H1 to H2, and if you're on a budget, look at an aim point patrol rifle optic. In my opinion, if you're going to trust your life to a red dot sight, it needs to be an aim point beyond a shadow of a doubt. Now, selector switch, I don't run an ambidextrous one. It's just so if I grab any AR out there, I want to make sure I can run the gun. Even though I'm a long gun, left-handed shooter, because I'm left-eye dominant, I'm right-handed, but left-eye dominant, I still want to be able to run a gun without relying on or requiring ambidextrous controls. So I run a strong side or a left side safety only, like a standard M16 style rifle. Pistol grip, standard configuration. I have smallish hands. Regardless, you want to make sure of the pistol grip you choose allows you to reach the controls you need to without having to pivot or shift your hands, which means for most people, the standard or smallest size, the medium back strap, or for those with large hands only, the largest back strap. Remember, you got to be able to reach the controls like a magazine release for a right-handed shooter without having to pivot or shift your hand around. Moving forward, I have a Bravo Company key mod rail. Whether you're using a key mod, Picatinny, or M-Lock, any one of them will get the job done, especially for the average shooter. Sling, Vickers Combat Application Sling by Blue Force Gear. Obviously, I'm biased. All my guns are going to have the Blue Force Gear Vickers Combat Application Sling on it. Myself and Ashley Burnside, my good friend at Blue Force Gear, helped bring this thing to the market many years ago, and thousands of them are in use around the world, law enforcement, military, and civilian. Outstanding piece of kit that I'm proud to have my name with. I'm running a vert grip up here, a stubby, and the number one reason I'm using it is so I can get consistent control on my white light. I reach up with my thumb and activate my Surefire X300, and I can do exactly the same thing by reaching on the other side, right in front of the Scalar Works iron sight front sight. Now, notice I have fixed sights. They're up all the time. With a red dot sight like my aim point, I prefer that versus folding sights. To me, folding sights are for guns that have magnified optics. If you're running a red dot sight like this aim point, you want to have fixed sights up all the time, preferably in the bottom 1/3 field of view. And as far as white light placement, I like at 12 o'clock. So if I can see the target with my red dot sight or my iron sights, I can certainly see the target with my white light. Now, gun overall is lightweight, lighter weight barrel, lightweight components. Remember, if you're using this for a home defense carbine or you're carrying it all day on the range, lighter is better. Generally, you don't need to weigh your gun down. You don't need a real heavy carbine for most people's use. And in this case, it's a very light setup. 14.5-inch barrel. This has the Bravo Company Gunfighter muzzle device on it, which is kind of a combination muzzle brake and flash suppressor, kind of splits it right in the middle. And with 14.5-inch permanently attached, it makes it out to 16. This makes the gun a little bit more manageable in confined spaces versus a 16-inch barrel and then some type of muzzle device on the end of that. That 1.5 inches does make a difference if you're clearing your house for home defense purposes. Last but not least, magazines. There's a wide variety of good AR-15 style magazines on the market, USGI, Magpul, a number of them out there. One of the best that kind of flies under the radar is the Tango Down Mark II Arc Mag. Super rugged, hell for stout, very reliable, outstanding magazine. I've been using them for years. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of me taking you through my own personal BCM carbine. Remember, I've been using this thing for a long time with minor tweaks. It served me well. I have no plans of changing it. Top-notch equipment. Take a page out of my book, and you guys have a good one. We'll see you on the range. LAV out.